The only things around to say hello. And the shoes that carried rocks and dust were standing at the door. I trusted Ruby, the girl I'd always known. Knock all you want, but she don't live here anymore. She left last morning on the eastbound Greyhound, headed for New York and to see that shore. She ain't no dead-end type of girl. Small towns are waiting around and the counting on you. It's not her cup of Joe. So she's giving up on Smoky Mountain dreams, thinking you could be enough. She don't live here anymore. We cruise these roads and borrow cars and thoughts of ours and mason jars and hanging stars through road midnight hues. And our last dime was a nickel of a memory. It's all that I hadn't spent to drink, but it's what I should spend on you. Talked about a better life and a pretty dress and white lights, but my rundown days and late nights held us down. I took your love for granted, left you waiting like we'd never asked for more, and like you'd always be around. Knock all you want, but she don't live here anymore. No, she left last morning on the eastbound Greyhound, headed for New York and to see that shore. She ain't no dead-end type of girl. Small towns are waiting around and they're counting on you. It's not her cup of Joe. So she's giving up on Smoky Mountain dreams, thinking you could be enough. She don't live here anymore. The only things I had was cigarettes and a canvas bag and my beat-down boots and 3 days change of clothes. And I borrowed what I needed for the bus ride and city sidewalk roads. Next morning at 6 a.m. we crossed the bridge and I woke again and I barely beat that sunshine into town. And the New York lights were falling low to the concrete shadows down below as I stood see your souls in the foothills of the life I knew you'd found. Knock all you want, but she don't live here anymore. She left last morning on the eastbound Greyhound, headed for New York and see that shore. She ain't no dead-end type of girl. Small towns are waiting around and counting on you. It's not her cup of Joe. Oh no, she's giving up on Smoky Mountain dreams, thinking you could be enough. She don't live here anymore. Oh no, she's giving up on Smoky Mountain dreams, thinking she don't live here anymore.
Inspiration for somebody. Is there any song on here that you really wanted to write for years and then just it all came to you all of a sudden? Because you songwriters are a bit like that in a way. You know, you get sudden inspiration. I've never had sudden inspiration. That's why I never could write a song.
That I wanted to write for years. No, I have a lot of songs like that. Maybe the One Home Virginia song because it's pretty biographical.
Oh, okay. Now, there's one song you always sing when you come in here, and you tell the story about your great grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right to say he was a train hobo?
Well, for a while, yeah. It's a great story that he was. He dropped out of school in the 3rd grade. It was in the early 1900s. Dropped out of school in the 3rd grade. Worked in the woolen mills, and then as a teenager he rode the trains and all over the Southwest and the South. And he was from Tuscaloosa, which I always thought was something that happened at the zoo when you went to see the elephants, but it's a city in Alabama. But then he was.
One of your wife is just going, oh my gosh, she's wiping her brows, and he told that one again. Go ahead.
He was a pretty, rough and on the edge person, but one of the most interesting parts of his story, I think, is that there came a day where he settled down, and then he had he had one child, and that happened to be my grandmother, and she was born 2 months premature, and they didn't have electricity, anything like that, so they kept her warm by the bricks, by the fireplace, and from her came dozens of grandchildren, and and I'm here because of her. I'm here because one day that guy quit riding the trains and settled down and had a family.
Oh my goodness. You do a nice version of Johnny Cash's The 40 Shades of Green. A lot of people think that The 40 Shades of Green was written by some misty-eyed Irishman over in Ireland, but it wasn't. It was made by that misty-eyed Irish-American Johnny Cash. It's a great song, I think. And I don't know if you knew it or not, but he was a frequent visitor to Ireland for years before he died. He and June Carter used to go to the town of Mullingar and they'd check into the hotel. This little country, small town, just check into the hotel and hang around the townspeople for a week. Do nothing. He used to just do that. So anyway, he wrote The 40 Shades of Green as he was flying in to Shannon Airport one time. Am I stealing your thunder a bit here, Tom?
No, I like it better when you tell it.
Oh, okay. Okay, well that's.
I do know that once he got into a, not an argument, a friendly argument, but with a older gentleman. You might have told me this outside of a Irish venue, and the guy was saying, I love that song 40 Shades of Green. Have you heard it? And he said, I wrote it. And the guy said, no, that's a traditional Irish song. And he said, no, sir, I wrote it. And finally he said, you're right. Johnny Cash said, you're right, it's a traditional Irish song.
You want to try it?
Yeah, well, yes, I'd love to.
Go ahead. 40 Shades of Green, J. Scott Franklin.
I close my eyes and picture the emerald of the sea, fishing boats at the shores of Donahue. I miss the river Shannon and the folks at Skibbereen, the moorlands and the meadows and their 40 shades of green. But most of all I miss a girl in Tipperary town. Most of all I miss her lips as soft as eider down. And again I'd love to do and see the things we've done and seen, where the breeze is sweet as Shalimar and there's 40 shades of green. I'd love to spend an hour Dublin's churning surf, to watch the farmers drain the bogs and spade the turf, to see again the thatching of the straw the women glean. Oh, I'd walk from Cork to Larne to see those 40 shades of green. Most of all I miss a girl, Tipperary town. Most of all I miss her lips as soft as eider down. Oh, again I'd love to do and see the things we've done and seen, where the breeze is sweet as Shalimar and there's 40 shades of green.
Yeah, I've been playing bass probably going on 20 years now.
It's the upright. Do you play the regular?
I play
bass?
the electric a little bit as well.
Yeah, which do you
but
prefer?
I studied the upright. I prefer the upright. It's something you don't even have to plug it in. You can just pick it up and play it. That's what's nice about
And you
it.
can carry it under your arm.
Well, sometimes I wish I played the piccolo, but you can't produce the
It's
tones.
it is really a genuine sound, isn't it?
It is,
Isn't that
it
why
is.
musicians like it for
Yeah,
that
it's
reason?
full of wood. I love it.
And it's coming back. It kind of disappeared from the musical scene for a number of years, and now it seems to be back, doesn't it?
Yeah, it seems that it's starting to take some people's hearts and pulling it towards it. That's for sure.
And the other thing that's on the way back, and I believe Scott is thinking of buying one, is an accordion.
Well, I have one.
Don't get it. Grab that microphone there. You bought an accordion. Did you buy the button box now, the small one, or did you buy the great big old?
No, I bought a big one, but I bought it for $50, and then I realized that meant I'm gonna have to take it apart and work on it. But it's a pretty nice accordion.
Yeah, well, we're going to get you onto these this small button box like Sharon Shannon plays that Irish one. I think the Irish use a lot of the time they use the Italian built one.
Really?
I think they do.
Wow.
But anyway, what are you going to do next?
Well, we thought we could play a song off of the CD, which is called "Wasting Time." When we did another one of our favorite people is Roger Weiss, and
Roger Weist, actually.
Roger Weiss. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
and he's listening, I'm sure, this
Is
morning.
he?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'd love to send our good wishes out to him. I played this on his show, and he had he seemed to like this one. So, but the album version has my trumpet and everything. So, I thought it'd be nice to play that version.
Okay, and it's called
This is called "Wasting Time."
Wasting Time. I do a lot of that. Not around here, though. We're always busy on a Sunday morning here, as you notice.
Yes.
And you love the theater, don't you?
Mhm.
You were an actress before you met Scott.
Mhm. Yes.
Did a lot of stage work, huh?
Yep. Classically trained. Actually, I'm in Cleveland because I came here to study acting through the Case Western and the Cleveland Playhouse apprenticeship program. So
Did you do any Shakespearean stuff? You like it?
yeah, I love it.
What do you like? Do you like comedy, drama? What's your favorite?
I like the variety.
Yeah.
So if I had to do all one thing, I would probably get tired of it. But I enjoy the variety. So,
So, you must know Deirdre Rain.
yeah.
Yeah, Deirdre's great. She
Yeah,
was
she
in,
is.
what was she in, was it Dracula? She toured in that,
Yeah.
didn't she? Yeah. Did you ever do any touring yourself?
No, not with that. Not
No,
with
so
theater.
Scott has kind of tied you down here, hasn't he?
Well, I fell in love with music. I realized that you can't do both, right? It takes up the same time slot in life. So this is what I'm doing for now, and at some point, I'm sure I'll revisit the theater.
Okay. In the meantime, that nice drum beat you hear and all this music, that's provided by Tyler. Okay, you were born and raised in Alabama?
Mhm.
Wait,
The
what's
deep
it?
south, down by the Gulf of Mexico.
Okay. Do you ever long to go back when you see it 5 feet of snow?
Always.
Here? All right. Okay, we're going to come back to you guys probably after the break. It's 10:53 here on the Irish program. How about if I play one of your, could I play that train song, Scott, by you guys? 4 Boxcar Willie, wasn't he?
Oh yeah. That's before.
All right, go ahead, go to it.
Well, the trains that I have ridden and the men that I've outrun, somewhere down the line, like all the places I was young, the fires and the whispers that were kept until the dawn, lead that beneath cold steel bridges, when this moved me on. Well, I've been shot in Alabama, passed out in New Orleans, Mississippi River, it's the biggest thing I've seen. I've been all the way out to the Oklahoma plains. Still think that's gotta be the longest place I've laid in. The trains that I have ridden and the men that I've outrun, somewhere down the line, like all of the places I was young. The fires and the whispers that were kept until the dawn, they died beneath cold steel bridges when the whistle moved me on. Out ahead of me, and the steam was in the air. The whole world was moving past me in 8 feet of action square. I know the girls that live way out on the edge of town. They want to run away, yeah, but the daddies hold them down. And the trains that I have ridden and the men that I've outrun, whispers that were kept until dawn. Well, what whistle moved me on? I said the train's out, and the men that I'm out. Somewhere down the line, like all those places I was young. And fires and the whispers that were kept until the dawn. Day down the heat cold still persist when the whistle moved me on. Yeah, when the whistle, when it moved me on.
Yeah, nice stuff there,
Woo!
Scott. I like that drum roll there. Very good, Tyler, here on the Irish Show. And, of course, our bass player, we don't want to forget, British Isles program on WCPN every Sunday.
Yeah, right.
You know Joe?
No, I
You're
don't know
not
Joe.
related to him, but he's from Liverpool.
Okay.
Liverpool. He doesn't talk
doesn't British.
like we do.
It's a Dublin
Bit of an
name,
accent.
too.
He has a bit of an
Yeah.
accent.
I traced the Nichols name back through Rockport, which is just Cam's Corners area, not too long ago, which I was really surprised. I used to think the Nichols name was German all my life. And then I finally took a look, and in 1812, my great-great-great-great-grandfather settled in Rockport, which is now Cam's Corners.
Wow.
Yeah, his gravestone's still out there.
My goodness.
Yeah, right behind the corners, there's an old graveyard. His gravestone's there.
Wasn't your
Well,
didn't you have someone that was a mayor in Nova Scotia?
My grandfather on my father's side is Cameron. He's Scottish. He came through Nova Scotia and was actually mayor of Garfield Heights for a long time.
God,
Yeah,
that sounds
back
very
during the
weird.
Depression. He told everybody to bury their garbage, and they ended up just throwing it all on his front lawn
All right.
because they didn't have the budget to pick it up.
All right, here's bringing us up to the topic.
It's the fallback plan.
These days it's almost the safe thing to do, you never know. But anyway, the Lost State of Franklin is with us in the studio. Here's Tyler to sing a J. Scott Franklin composition. He wrote this also.
Yes.
It's called Stars. And this always reminds me, I don't know why, of a real Irish ballad kind of a song. But there are great similarities anyway between the Irish and the country and the Americana. Scott, one thing. This is really, you don't do really country music. A lot of people say to me, once you do country, and I always say Americana. Is that right?
Americana, yes. Yeah,
And that is, when you say Americana, you mean that it's pure American music. Is that right?
pure American music.
It is, it
Country
is.
is one American style, and we do that style. But then we do many other American styles
Mhm.
as well. And,
Glenn Miller.
and yes, and some Irish kind of music too.
Mhm. Okay.
Yes.
So you'll be doing a
Made
great
that word
mixture
up.
when you go to PJ McIntyre's on the 30th. You're going to be doing a mixture of everything, right?
Right.
You'll even play that trumpet.
Oh, I'll be playing the trumpet.
Will
Yes.
you? What I want to see is I want to see this big old accordion coming out.
Oh,
You might not want to see that yet.
maybe not yet.
Maybe not yet.
In 2017, the accordion will be out.
All right. In the meantime, here's Tyler to sing Stars.
Back up and
Oh yeah,
but
on the comb.
this one this one there's two versions on the album, and I won't say which one people keep saying is their favorite, but
Okay.
one is me and the other one is Tyler and myself. So.
Well, I'm sure they like both of you. I'm sure they do.
Probably the second one they like best.
All right, you got it. What's it called, Scott?
This is called With You. It's actually track number 1. I like counting ceiling stars, northern lights from passing cars. I like laying awake at night, feeling alone and waiting on light with you. When I'm with you. I like feeling a breeze come home, talking on things I've never done. Blue skies and sunny days, I pretty much always feel this way with you. When I'm with you. When the world comes down and it comes down hard, I hear your voice in a choir of stars. All my smiles have slipped away, I lay down quiet I'm not afraid. When I'm with you.
Very nice.
Things ain't right and they're halfway good. Life's not going where I thought it should. I like feeling as if my way is something I'm gonna find one day with you. When I'm with you. Morning rain tears the color from trees, and you lift my soul like a rising breeze. I can feel the world on me, oh, but then I always feel so free. When I'm with you. When the morning comes like a woman scorned, and daylight's breathing down my door. It hurts my soul to face my life, but you give me 1 minute of being alright. When I'm with you. And I like lying on my back, lost in plaster lightning cracks. When the window speaks of a long lost car, I dream to the tempo of your heart. With you. When I'm with you.
Now, it's definitely a shortened version of it, right?
Yes, that's
Yeah,
true.
because I noticed on the CD it's 5 minutes and 12 seconds long.
Not a
You got
lot.
scared when we started.
No. I like the song.
Train wreck.
No, he wasn't a train wreck, not at all. He just rode the rails. I think it's awfully romantic to think about that, isn't it, Scott? Really, to think about riding the rails, and we all forget about how cold and miserable it was, and probably
Yeah.
had holes in their shoes, and very few clothes, probably summer clothes in wintertime.
The hobo camps had they had a rule, I guess, or a code you'd call it, not a rule. But you always trade something for what you need, and the value didn't matter because everybody needed something. So if you needed a can of soup, you might trade matches for a can of soup or matches for a blanket. It didn't matter about the value; it mattered that somebody needs this
Needed it.
and I have this. Yeah.
All right, what are you going to do next? It's from your new CD, right?
Well, the next song we played at John O'Brien's Irish Festival last year at the Cuyahoga County Fairgrounds, and when we were there, I saw a lot of. I was just amazed at the talent. We would during our breaks, I would walk around and buy snow cones and stuff like that. But we saw Mary's Lane. We saw so many talented people. It's unbelievable. And we played this song, and it is called "Beauty in This Land." It is a original song.
All right. That sounded a bit like the Tennessee Three there for a minute. Remember them? They
Yeah,
used to- they
yeah,
used to
yeah.
do
I
Johnny
remember,
Cash,
I
right?
remember them for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are better though.
Uh-huh.
All right,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
34 here on the Irish Show. WHK. Call us 216-9010.
Still?
The little ones were
Reading
they're
books
all in it.
and old
Oh,
love story
booked up.
and forget
They
about
don't
my
care about the money.
worries.
You know that. They don't.
But I mean,
Maybe
the East
who
Side
knows,
Club should
maybe
hear about getting the money.
we'll
That's
meet
what I'm saying.
again.
Hire someone like
See you
Sullivan
time.
Thomas. They
Deal
knows how to do
on the
it.
East Side Club. I think I'm paying for nothing.
I know. But still, do it right or don't do it at all. You and I know.
The one and only Johnny McAvoy, he is composed like Scott Franklin. It's kind of a sad one. By the way, excuse me, I wanted to ask J.C. Sullivan something. J.C., grab that.
Sure.
I don't know if you saw this or not, but there's a controversial comedy coming out. Did you see this?
I
They're
did.
making a comedy
British.
about the famine.
I'm
Now, how
producing
in
it.
God's name can you make a comedy about that? I don't think anyone would ever go to see it, for one thing.
I don't understand it,
I don't.
Jerry, and I can't imagine something like that coming to fruition.
Yeah,
It's
but again,
beyond
it's freedom of the press, right?
imagination.
People can do right what they want.
I can't believe it's going to happen.
No, it won't do anything. But anyway, I was just going to mention that Scott, great song, Scott, about the Irish famine, and kind of a sad story. I heard you sing this, by the way, at the festival in Painesville. That's
Well, we learned it because of you.
Oh.
Many songs we learned because of you. What was the version that you sent me?
I think I sent you Petty Riley, so I said,
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
that was where I learned it.
That's-
Put our own twist to it, but
yeah, good. Go ahead. The Fifth of Anthem Rock.
a lonely prison wall. I heard a young girl calling. Michael, they are taking you away. For you stole Trevelyan's corn, so your young might see the morn. Now a prison ship lies waiting in the bay. Low lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely around the fields of Athenry. By a lonely prison wall, I heard a young man calling. Nothing matters, Mary, when you're free. Against Trevelyan and the crown I rebelled, they ran me down. Now you must raise our child with dignity. Long lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched the small free birds fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely around the fields of Athenry. By a lonely harbor wall, she watched the last star falling. Prison ships set sail against the sky. She'll watch and hope and pray for her love in Botany Bay. But it's so lonely around the fields of Athenry. Oh, lie the fields of Athenry, where once we watched a small free bird fly. Our love was on the wing, we had dreams and songs to sing. It's so lonely around the fields of Athenry. It's so lonely around the fields of Athenry.
Excellent.
Thank you,
You
thank you,
got that
Gerry.
all fired up for PJ McIntyre's, right?
We do. It's on Friday, January 30th at 9 p.m. We're going to be playing at PJ McIntyre's, Camps Corners.
Yeah. Well, you know what else?
Come on out.
Yeah. It's. Sorry for springing that on you like that.
All right. This is let's do Fly Like an Angel. Since Gerry had that queued up. Well, I see the river that will save me from the girl in that Texarkana town. Yeah, she's just as lost as I'm not found, and I'm gonna die before I drown. When I fly like an angel, when I fly like an angel, when I fly like no angel, I'm gonna fly out of this world. Lord made the river, the rocks, and the trees, and men that made this road. He made a girl that I can't find to lighten up my load. When I fly like an angel, when I fly like an angel, when I fly like no angel, I'm gonna fly out of this world. Well, the Lord took a left, I took a right. That's when the wrong stepped in. And the devil hurts my shoulder, and that water's gonna be colder, but I won't feel nothing but the wind. When I fly like an angel, when I fly like an angel, when I fly like no angel, I'm gonna fly out of this world. I see the stars, it's just 5 seconds down. And the bridge don't swing and the choir don't sing, but I'm gonna die before I drown. When I fly like an angel, when I fly like an angel, when I fly like an angel, I'm gonna fly out of this world. When I fly like an angel, when I fly like an angel, when I fly like no angel, I'm gonna fly out of this world. I'm gonna fly out of this world. Yeah, I'm gonna fly out of this world.
Good job. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you,
Jerry.
Scott. Thank you, Bill. It's great having you guys on the program. Have you back again soon, and see you at PJ.
The only things around to say hello. And the shoes that carried rocks and dust were standing at the door. I trusted Ruby, the girl I'd always known. Talk all you want, but she don't live here anymore. She left last morning on the eastbound Greyhound, headed for New York and to see that shore. She ain't no dead-end type of girl. she's given up on Smoky Mountain dreams, thinking you could be enough. She don't live here anymore. We cruise these roads and borrow cars and thoughts of bars and mason jars and hanging stars through road midnight views. And our last dime was a nickel of a memory. It's all that I hadn't spent to drink, but it's what I should have spent on you. Talked about a better life and a pretty dress and white lights, but my rundown days and late nights held us down. I took your love for granted, left you waiting like we'd never asked for more, and like you'd always be around. Knock all you want, but she don't live here anymore. No, she left last morning on the eastbound Greyhound, headed for New York and cement shore. She ain't no dead-end type of girl. Small towns are waiting around and counting on you. It's not her cup of joe. So she's giving up on Smoky Mountain dreams, thinking you could be enough. She don't live here anymore. The only things I had was cigarettes and a canvas bag and my beat-down boots and 3 days change of clothes. And I borrowed what I needed for the bus ride and city sidewalk roads. Next morning, 6 a.m., we crossed the bridge and I woke again and I barely beat that sunshine into town. And the New York lights were falling low to the concrete shadows down below as I stood alone. See your souls in the foothills of the life I knew you'd found. Knock all you want, but she don't live here anymore. She left last morning on the eastbound Greyhound, headed for New York and cement shore. She ain't no dead-end type of girl. Small towns are waiting around and counting on you. It's not her cup of joe. Oh no, she's giving up on Smoky Mountain dreams, thinking you could be enough. She don't live here anymore. Oh no, she's giving up on Smoky Mountain